Confidence comes easily to some, and to others, it seems to be as far away as the moon, if not further. For some, you might be born with confidence, and for others, it might be a muscle that you need to keep training. In this video, we're talking about confidence. We're gonna start out by talking about what you see is what you will become. We'll also talk about the reality of practicing confidence. And we'll talk about why the little things matter. For all this and more, stay tuned. We're gonna get a little bit woo-woo for a moment. I want you to actually visualize what success looks like for you. I used to do this when I was a basketball instructor for little kids. So here's this time that I'm sitting in the gym and this little kid comes up and his mom's there and they're just playing with the basketball and the kid's trying and he's just not able to get it. And he gets frustrated and he throws the ball to the other side of the room and it rolls off to the edge and his mom gets frustrated and everyone's getting frustrated. And so I go up to the kid and I line him up and I'm like, okay, I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to close your eyes too while you're listening to this. And I tell him, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to visualize that ball going into the net. I want you to see it in your head. I want you to see you throwing it, and I want you to see you throwing the ball and it going all the way into the net. I want you to do it over and over again. And so he did, and he listened. And I was like, I want you to hold on to the ball now. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to pretend that you're throwing it. And so he did that a couple of times. Like, now I want you to open your eyes, and now I want you to do it. And then he did it. And the first time, he didn't quite get it into the net, but then we closed our eyes again. We imagined what it was going to look like. We practiced what it was going to be like in our mind and with our body. And then he did it again, and a magic. He got the ball in. It was cool. And I'm telling you this because this is the same no matter if you're playing basketball or if you're running a business or if you're talking about a sales call or a presentation you have to give. If you want more of that confidence, I want you to visualize what that success looks like. Say you're nervous about a job interview. I want you to visualize what that job interview process is going to be like. I know there's lots of things you're not going to be able to know ahead of time, so just imagine them. Who cares what elevator it is or if you're taking the stairs? I want you to walk yourself through the process. See yourself being successful in that conversation. See yourself being strong and proud in that handshake. All of that stuff, I want you to visualize. Same thing if you're getting on a sales call. Same thing if you're creating content for your business. I want you to find that confidence by first starting with what it looks like. Practice that in your mind. Practice what that looks like. Practice what it looks like in your body. And then you can go out there and have great success. So here's another one. Close your eyes. I want you to imagine yourself getting great content every week from this fantastic channel. And what all you have to do is now take your finger, take your mouse, click on over to the subscribe button and join us here. Become a subscriber. You're not going to regret it. Okay, something that most people aren't going to tell you about confidence or public speaking or content creation or whatever is that you actually have to practice making mistakes. Because when you practice making mistakes, you're able to bounce back quicker. You're able to create more confidence because it doesn't matter. You can roll with the punches. So often do I see students preparing a little bit too much. The over-preparer, the ones who have every word of their presentation pre-scripted. Maybe they're reading off a teleprompter, or maybe they've actually gone ahead and memorized it word for word for word. And then they end up in this space where they're just reciting it. Like in a space where they have no personality to their stories anymore. I want you to avoid that with all costs. With all costs or at all costs? Whatever, I want you to avoid it as much as you possibly can. Be okay with making mistakes. Recognize that mistakes are part of the process. It makes us better. Ad-libbing things makes us better. I used to read through some of the comments. I always read through the comments on our YouTube channel, by the way. Feel free to comment. But I was reading through these comments on a couple old videos where people were asking about teleprompters. It was like for 2 weeks, everyone was asking about teleprompters. And I used to use them, not a big fan anymore, because I find that it changes the way that you talk. When you're relying on your teleprompter, you're relying on focusing on each and every word that's being presented to you, as opposed to having this passionate drive behind the topic you're talking about and sharing that passion from your heart. It works for me. It's the best way to do it in my case, because if I'm reading off of a teleprompter, I'm so focused on making sure that my words are at the right pace, because it's hard to change the speed in which the words come at you on the teleprompter, and then maybe your sentence structure was wrong, or sometimes the sentence was longer and you gave an inflection at the wrong point. There's so many things that could go wrong, my friends. But hey, let me know what you honestly think in terms of this debate about teleprompters. Do you use them? Do you not use them? Have you questioned them before? Let me know down in the comments. I'm actually like super curious what you guys think, because I didn't have the biggest positive things to say about teleprompters, but apparently a ton of you guys do. So let me know down below. So confidence is built. Think of confidence as a long-term project, a long-term type of exercise, similar to building your body. If you go to the gym, you know that you don't just show up to the gym once or twice and expect that you're going to have these superstar results. You're going to come out looking like Jason Momoa. No, you have to put in the work on a regular basis. You might not see the progress from day to day, but over the course of a longer period of time, you're definitely going to see the change. So when it comes to building your confidence, I want you to celebrate the small wins. I want you to celebrate the time that you had the butterflies in your stomach and you went up and you still did your presentation or still had that sales call. I want you to celebrate the time that you were way too nervous to look someone in the eye, but then you went ahead and you did it anyways. I want you to celebrate those little milestones step by step by step, because once we start to focus on those individual micro skills of confidence and we pat ourselves on the back and we congratulate ourselves and we document that moment, then going on to that next step is going to be that much better. We'll know how to tune ourselves in, how to make the most of every single time that we get those butterflies. Every time we have to step into that confidence of ours. It's there. It's deep inside of you. I know it is, but you have to get it out there, and you have to do that on a regular and consistent basis. But Molly, how do you actually document this process? How do you go about celebrating those small wins when you don't have a following and you don't really have people who are rooting for you? Well, the simple answer is to build your stage and just start sharing it. Your audience will find you. The people will start coming. The important part, though, is that you have a space that you can document that journey. We always talk about leveraging your content and leveraging the pieces that you're creating, the assets that you're creating. So maybe documenting your journey right here and right now is not going to build your audience, but being able to have that mass amount of content already created, you'll be able to leverage that later on and build your audience even faster. It's a big, long, big picture here, but it's super, super important. So you have to get out there, you have to be consistent, you have to share your message. And you know me, it's all about I'm all about the connection machines, those processes and systems that connect us to new people, that nurture our existing communities. And so anyways, I'm gonna cut this short because I want to see you. I want to hang out with you. So come hang out. Go over to visibilityhacking.com and there's a button on that page that says become a visibility hacker. Click on that. It'll pop you into our Facebook group and then come hang out there. Friday nights, we do Friday Night Live. You can come hang out with us and the coaches in the visibility hacking world, get your questions answered and start building your connection machine. So visibilityhacking.com, I will see you over there. And in the meantime, my friends, as I always tell you, remember, I love you. Be excellent to each other. Go live. Your people are waiting for you. They're out there. Go get your message out there.